Hi, and a very warm welcome to Wellbeing Mission Control. I'm Greg Parry, I'm a wellbeing specialist. And within our culture, it's very, very popular to have a clearly defined set of goals and objectives for you to aim for. A way of giving your life a sense of direction and purpose, and that's highly commendable. Otherwise, there is always a risk that we're going to drift through our lives without really knowing what we want or how to fulfill our dreams and ambitions. But there's a rather strange phenomenon I want to address today, which most of us tend to forget. It's because we really would like the route that takes us from where we are to where we want to go to be absolutely straight. The shortest possible distance between A and B. It just feels right, it's more efficient, it's just a better use of our energy, more economical. But the problem is that the route, the pathway that's going to take us from where we are to where we want to be is rarely straight. It twists and turns. It can fold back on itself. And I want you to really know right now that because that pathway is never straight, we are going to be off track far more often than we are on track. And this is very, very helpful. So what I'm going to encourage you to do, with your permission, is to take a little bit of time each week to just check where you are, look at what you're doing, how you're doing it, and to see if your activities are in alignment with your destination. So that's why having a goal is so important. It gives us a very precise compass heading to direct our lives towards. And because we move off course all the time and so easily, if you focused on just what you're doing and how you're doing it, you may not notice that what you're doing is actually taking you in a different direction. We get a little bit too attached to the how, to the mechanics of how we're living, rather than becoming aware of how those activities are taking us in the direction that we really have chosen. And this is really important because how you do things is perhaps less important than knowing why, knowing if those methods, those activities, those behaviors are leading you in the right direction. And it's something I've encouraged a lot of people to do, just to take a few minutes, perhaps once a week, just to check the compass heading. Are we on track? Do these activities bring us closer to our objective? Or are we just going off in some random direction that is perhaps unrelated to what we're trying to achieve? Because the moment that you detect that your range of activities are not heading in the direction you've chosen, it's a perfect invitation to make some adjustments, change your course. For most of us, because we're doing this on a regular basis, the adjustment is gentle, it's actually quite comfortable, but it will bring us back on track. The longer we leave it, the more the deviation from our true compass heading will become pronounced. And this may involve an adjustment, a change to what you're doing. These activities are taking us in a strange direction, which is not connected to what we want to achieve. We're putting a lot of energy into unproductive activities. We're doing things which really don't help. That kind of critical analysis will help us to make perfect adjustments so we get our lives back on the desired track. You're in control of this. You're choosing your goals, your ambitions, your dreams, and your destination. So you're the one who is probably best qualified to determine whether you're on track. And let me repeat that, because we spend most of our lives off track, these little corrective exercises are essential. Help you to examine what you're doing, how you're doing it, and whether those activities are getting you closer to what you really want to achieve. What do you think? If you've got any comments, ideas, suggestions, or observations, please feel free to share them. And thank you very much for the emails. Thank you very much for your encouragement. It's deeply appreciated. And if there are any issues or questions you'd like to raise, well, if it's within my competence, I'd love to offer my views, see if I can shed a little bit of light. But ultimately, if we're driving towards the kind of goals which are going to create a more fulfilling life, well, that's obviously worthwhile. But please, as a parting note, don't forget to enjoy today, to bring happiness and well-being into today, rather than as something you're postponing for some point in the future. And on that note, I look forward to being back with you soon, and I'd like to wish you a wonderful day.